What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. This video is also brought to you by my music. Since we don't do any sponsorships here on the channel, I'll go ahead and shill that. It is available anywhere you stream your music today under the name Aftersound, of course. So please check it out. Let me know what you think, and I appreciate the support. All right, guys. This is a special request video from the one and only Darkest Night, who literally asked me. He told me to make this video because he's like, I want to know what are the indicators for when Splinterlands is back in bull run mode, right? He was asking me, like, what are the things that you're going to be looking for? I think it's worth putting a video together. So that's what we're here doing. And some of it's going to seem obvious, but I actually want to cover some of the non-obvious ones because, as you'll see here, there's a lot of metrics that can, fluctuate around without actually, without, people actually coming into the game, right? And that is what I'm going to say is the main or primary driver, right? When will people be coming into the game? How are we going to recognize that a bunch of new people are coming into the game? All right. Outside of the fact that, like, if there's a bunch of new people literally in the comments or on Discord saying like, hey, I'm new, what's going on? Outside of that, how do we track that from an actual metric standpoint? So I'm going to go through all the different metrics that I'm looking at. Like I said, some of them obvious, some of them not. But I think more so, we're going to need to do all of these in tandem, right? So we're going to need to look at all these different things together to make sure that that is actually the case. Because, let's start here. The easiest one is our asset prices starting to go up. Specifically, our token prices starting to go up. And maybe you can extend this to assets as well, right? Including cards. But, let's say DEC starts going back to peg, SPS starts going up. You can tell right now that, SPS is up almost 2x from its all-time low, right, of 0.0041. And DEC is up significantly and getting closer to peg. I don't think that there's any, major new players coming into the game right now. This is all having to do with what current players are, spending. And just the way that the what's that called? Economy is designed, right? So there's a ton of sinks for DEC, and slowly and steadily we've gotten a lot of, we're burning some SPS, but more so this movement in SPS was probably driven by a lot of whales coming in and buying a ton of SPS. Vouchers, that's a story for another day, and it's completely separate now, so we don't necessarily need to jump into that. The other areas, which again might seem obvious, but let's go over to Peak Monsters. Shout out to Peak Monsters. This is their dashboard here. I mean, we can clearly see if all of a sudden more spellbook purchases are happening, right? Over the past, 30 days, we've seen 45 spellbook purchases. We've seen 2,100 signups. So I don't know, people are signing up for the game, but obviously the retention is not there. People are not buying the spellbook. We've only had 45 spellbook purchases. And again, the spellbook purchase means something because there is a financial component to it, right? You need to spend money on that in order to, for the transaction to take place. So it's not just like signing up for the game and checking things out and doing things from a free-to-play standpoint. You actually need to play the game, or you actually need to pay in order to have a spellbook. So again, that's another easy one. Now, let's get into some of the non-easy ones, okay? So accounts. This is one that I think is interesting because we'll have to track this, again, within the context of everything, where we've seen the numbers kind of like spike up. And you can see even here, going back to August 18th, all of a sudden, on one day, we had 32,000 players, right? 32,000 active accounts. And if we go back even further to when there was massive sell-offs over the summer, there were days when we had 100,000 accounts being accessed. But is that really the case? No. And, it might just be potentially like bot farms coming back online if all of a sudden we start to see the daily average active accounts start to increase, right? Over the past month, and actually let's get rid of that outlier. Let's do over the past 14 days, we're at about 7,400, right, per day on average. So again, it's nothing too crazy. Similarly to this is the battles, right? So you can go and you can see battles and we can say, all right, well, hey, we might see battles going up, but is that actual new players coming in? Or is that, just maybe people pursuing or purchasing energy with DEC or with Glint or whatever the case is? But again, these are the ones that I think will be easier and better to track because you start to use them in tandem, right? Are we seeing more spellbook purchases? Are there active accounts starting to go up? Are the battles starting to go up? And then finally, right, the market transactions. So you can see the amount of transactions here, and then also, you know, the transactions by volume in terms of US dollars, as well as the cards that are being transacted on. Are we seeing economic activity coming to the space? Combined with, you know, more active accounts, combined with more spellbook purchases, and combined with more battles? Or is it just a manipulation of the data by, you know, either whales buying a bunch of stuff, or, you know, current players buying a bunch of things? That's why I'm saying all of these are going to have to work somewhat in tandem. The last one that I'm gonna this is more of a deep cut, and again, it's not perfect either, because we saw this not gamed, but it's just like we saw this decrease significantly, is the staked SPS. So you can go back here to Splinter Cards and you can see the SPS distribution in these buckets. Now, we were at like 20 something million, right? Liquid SPS. And then all of a sudden that dropped down, but it dropped down because you had several whales who were buying millions or tens of millions of SPS and staking it. So this is a sneaky one though that I like, and I am going to be following and tracking, because if all those other metrics are starting to pop up, right? We're seeing more spellbook purchases, we're seeing more battles, we're seeing more daily active accounts. What we really should be seeing is those folks buying SPS off the secondary market and starting to stake it, meaning that it's not going to be liquid, it's going to go into the staked amount. And so, you know, overall, we've reduced a lot of the liquid SPS rewards. So most of the inflation that's coming with SPS is going into the staked SPS. So this number is going to go up regardless. But if we start to see this number come down significantly, and by, you know, by leaps and bounds, right? I mean, 20 million was a significant amount, but if all of a sudden, like, it's going down significantly and we're seeing token prices rise, we're seeing daily active accounts. Again, I'm not saying it's going to be difficult to tell when a bull run is happening. I'm just saying these are all the metrics that we're going to use to track to make sure, hey, it's not some whale that's just buying up SPS, right? Or it's not just, you know, some new promo card that comes out and everybody wants to have it, or, you know, Rebellion's going out of print, so people are buying DEC and that's pushing the flywheel. These are all the things that I think are going to be worthwhile. And the last one, I'll give you another deep cut here, right? That's somewhat non-obvious. Chaos Legion packs. Mainly because most of the players who are here now already have Chaos Legion. So sure, you can look at the Chaos Legion pack price and see if that starts going up. But more importantly, if we hit critical mass and we eat up a lot of the Chaos Legion cards that are already open, I think what you may end up seeing is many of those packs getting purchased off the secondary market and opened. So this right here, right? I've watched this come down from 2.5 million down to 2 million over the past, I don't know, year or so. Like it's been a long time, but we have come down. It's not like it's just staying static. So there are Chaos Legion packs being opened every once in a while. But if we start to see that accelerate at a very noticeable rate, like over the course of a month, it's like 100,000 packs get open or 200,000 packs get open. That to me would signal new players coming in wanting these cards, right? That for them, it's more fun for them to go and buy cheap packs off the secondary market and rip open packs rather than buying the cards directly off of the marketplace. Again, can that be misconstrued as maybe, you know, some current players that want to just open packs? Yeah, maybe, but look, we haven't seen that for literally like the past year, right? Chaos Legion is like literally at bottom dollar prices, both the cards as well as the packs. So if all of a sudden we start seeing this movement, that to me again represents new players, right? People who don't have Chaos Legion yet and are trying to, trying to level up their collections, right? And another part of that would be the estimated value, because that would signify that a lot of the cards are getting eaten up off the secondary market. The floor prices for all the Chaos Legion cards, again, just the core set, not the rewards, but not the rewards, not promo, not the promo. What's that called? Not Rift Watchers, but again, you have the same thing with Rift Watchers here, so you can extend that over. So those are all of the main metrics that I would look to see. Again, I don't think one specifically or one individually is going to tell the full story, which is why I'm trying to cover all the different bases here, because if, and hopefully when, we start to see some movement in these numbers, I'll be going and checking literally that entire laundry list of numbers and different metrics to ensure that, hey, is this real or is it just people speculating on SPS? Is this real or is it just, a big DEC burning event, right? So we'll have to wait and see how things play out, but hopefully that makes sense. Again, I know it's a lot of things to track, but don't worry, I'll be here to do it for you. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Is there anything else that you guys are looking at as we head into hopefully a bull run that you'll be tracking to see and ensure that the numbers are real, that the growth is real? I'm very curious to hear your answers, especially if I left something major out. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Otherwise, I will catch you all in the next video and see you around the game. Take care.